Are you guys ready to get the show started? Guys, he is the funniest comedian I know. Make some noise for my brother, Bret Raybould! Well, this better be good. See, none of you got my memo about the dress code. It's supposed to be a black tie affair for all of us, but only one here who's classing up the joint. And I went all out for the show. Last show ever. Final comedy show of my unsuccessful career. Here it is. This is it. And I went all out. I got a tux, got a nice shave, got my asshole bleached. It was... I didn't want to, but my mom said, she goes, Bret, it's a big show. You gotta bleach that asshole, okay? And my dad was like, listen to your mother. Bleach that asshole, son. I'm glad. Happy fall. I love fall. My least favorite season is summer. And the reason I say that is summer wedding season literally destroys me every season. I went to 5 summer weddings this past summer. I have 3 I'm invited to next summer. I hate wedding invitations because they're all arrogant. They tell you the emotion you're supposed to have about whether you can attend their wedding or not. Right, every time, joyfully accepts. And then below that, regretfully declines. You're like, that's not how I feel. If anything, you can flip those adverbs to regretfully accepts. And joyfully declines. I joyfully say no. And what does everyone imitate? They refer to a wedding as like, come to the celebration of the couple, poppycock. Weddings are not a celebration of the couple. They're just a celebration of the bride and then a Comedy Central roast of the groom. If you listen to the speeches, every speech by one of the bride's friends tells her how amazing she looks, how beautiful today is. Then every speech by a groom's friend tells the bride what a huge mistake she's making by marrying this worthless sack of potatoes. Without fail, you've seen it. Every speech by a bride's friend is always emotional, teary-eyed, breathe super loudly into the microphone. Becca! You can see old people in the back like, fuck! You are a national treasure. And everything you do glitters with gold. And then every speech by a groom's friend is always like, "Care, buddy, one time Craig shit his pants at an Arby's. So, you sure about that? He's got IBS. Okay, all right. Gonna be spending a lot of money on underwear. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho." Every time, women have disagreed with me about this joke. They come up after a show, they're like, "Hey, Mr. Comedian, that's not true. We roast our friends too, so put that in your pipe and smoke it." That's not an impression of all women, but you know that woman I'm doing an impression of. She shops at the Live, Laugh, Love collection. Right? She's got bullshit in her kitchen that says stuff like, "I cook with wine. And sometimes I even put it in the food." And you're like, you do not roast like men roast. If you've ever heard a bridesmaid roast the bride, if you have, the joke she does is always so nice, so light, and so delicate. And she's always super proud of herself. Just... Okay. Okay, so we all know Crystal, loves white wine. You're like, all right, well, here's a punchline. That is the most telegraphed thing. Okay, so let's all raise a glass, or as Crystal wishes, 2 glasses. Meanwhile, dudes, yeah, Chris is an unrepentant alcoholic. One time I got drunk on 4th of July and a Roman candle hit him in the dick. Part of his scrotum burnt off. Proud of you, son. That's his dad in the speech. That's a real story I've heard a father tell about his son at a wedding. What? Why? How is that relevant? You think he would tell that story if it happened to his daughter? Okay, everybody, one time Lisa got in the pussy with a bottle rocket. So, you sure about that? She's got a torched cooter. All right. Gonna be spending a lot of money on ointment. I have to keep it interesting for me by blowing the microphone. They should. Weddings should just celebrate the bride. You know why? They do literally all of the everything for him. I feel like if men were the main organizing forces of a wedding, very different affairs. First off, they'd cost under $300. Second off, the invitation would just be a text that day. Not some fancy, frilly, come to the courtship of just, hey man, I'm getting married in 2.5 hours. Can you be my best man? Dude's friends are chill. They'd be like, yeah, man, no freaking problem. Where's the wedding at? And then every wedding. It's at Buffalo Wild Wings, so I didn't make reservations. I'm not getting married anytime soon, but I know when I do, I'm gonna prank people with my invitations, mess with their heads. Here's what I'm gonna do. Address the invitation to the name of the person and then put comma or current resident. Just throw them off. They're just. Is this just for anyone who lives here? I hope they get one random guy to come to the wedding. I didn't know the bride and groom. I guess I'm on their mailing list. So, yeah, I will do that one day. I really will. And it's because more than anything, I love practical jokes and pranks. It's my favorite thing in the world is messing with the people I love. The most recent prank I committed was, it's not tonight for the record, but it was, I was visiting my oldest brother in Dallas, Texas. He has 3 kids. One of them is 3.5. He's getting potty trained. And I took a shit in the potty training toilet. All right, most of you are on board, but I see some disgusted faces. You have to know I'm proud of my life choices. I don't think Elmo was happy about it, but I thought it was hilarious. Anyway, later in the day, my brother came up to me. He had a huge scowl on his face, and he goes, dude, Brett, my son took the biggest shit of his life today. Now, if you're not on board now, just get the fuck out. Honestly, I don't want you here. I didn't even know that was a possibility. It made me so happy to hear, but I had to play it cool, so all I said was, what? How big was it? And with fear in his eyes, he goes, it was adult-sized. I go, how big is that? And he goes, I took a photo. So he then pulled out his iPhone, pulled up the photo. By the way, the photo's on a text conversation with his wife. And I can see her response is, oh my God, is he okay? So now they think there's something medically wrong with their kid because I'm a dickhead. I kept reading, he goes, I don't know. What did he have for lunch? Half a grilled cheese. How is that even possible? Still like trying to do detective work. And I asked my brother, I go, well, what are you gonna do? And he goes, well, I looked it up online. what were your search terms? And he goes, abnormally large toddler feces. I go, and? He goes, there's nothing on WebMD. I said, your son might be patient 0 for... He goes, that's not funny. Now he's feeling bad. And I'm starting to wonder, should I tell him? And then he says this. He goes, do you think I should call Dad and ask him about it? I said 100% you should do that. I gotta see where this goes. So he proceeds to call my father. My father is a doctor in his 60s, very funny guy, but he also has a dignity about him. And the phone is on speaker by my request. And he goes, hey, Dad. What's up, bud? Hey, got a medical question here for you. He goes, all right, shoot. Okay, so earlier today, my son took the biggest shit of his life. And then my dad, without skipping a beat, went, goodbye, Ryan, and hung up. I'm not kidding. He's not dealing with this malarkey. He hung up on me. I said, I heard. Should probably send him the photo to be safe. And then he did. He sent my dad a photo of my poop in a toilet with Elmo's face on it. And he said, Dad, this is what he made. 10 minutes later, my dad texted back, delete my number, which is impressive. He's not a good texter. So, 30 to 35 minutes pass, and then that kid walked into the room. And the first thing he says when he gets in the room was, Dad, there's poop in my toilet, and it's not mine. Okay, so I know this is wrong, but emotionally in my heart when he said that, my reaction was, you fucking rat. Like, I was mad at him. I don't know why, I didn't brief him on the plan, he didn't know. But I'm sitting there like, you're a narc, dude. You're a fun narc. I'm not, you lost your porn privileges. So it's not mine. And my brother goes, what do you mean it's not yours? He goes, I don't know, I walked in and it was there. And I went, and my brother turned and looked at me. Did you shit in my son's toilet? I said I might have. He goes, what is wrong with you? Go clean it up. And I did. I went to the bathroom. I put on latex gloves. I bent over. I lifted the feces out of the toilet with Elmo's face on it. And I proceeded to put that shit in the kitty litter box. And I went back to him and I go, look what your cat did. And he goes, get the fuck out of my house right now. Get out right now. Had to stay at a Red Roof Inn. Best $80 I've ever spent in my life. So. Oh, wow. Wow. I love messing with people's heads. Here's an easy one you can do. This is simple. Call up a friend. You call them. And then when they answer, hello, just go, hey, now's not a good time for me to talk. Hang up. We'll be so confused. Why did he call me to tell me he was busy? That is a misuse of time. It was already implied that he was busy by us not talking. Why would he? But my favorite prank, this is what it is. It's speaking fake French. Yes, at authentically real French people. I heard a guy speaking French at a bar, so I just went up to him and I go, excuse me, are you from France? And he said, yeah. I go, that's where I'm from France. Quoi le je ne pas, c'était pile je ne peux. Si ça se je te bouge, je te bouge, je te bouge, je te pas. Oui or no? And he goes, quoi? And I could see the doubt on his face. He's not like, oh, he's messing with me. He's like, do I not know French? Like, he's doubting his own French bona fides. So I said, oui. He goes, quoi? I said, quoi le je ne pas, c'était pile je ne peux, je suis, je te pas. By the way, French people do that. They choke on an invisible penis 1 out of every 50 words. Look out for it. Je te parle, je ne, je te pille, je te pas, je te crois, je te pille, papa baguette, je te pas. And he goes, I'm sorry, I don't think you are speaking French. But he said it with the confidence of like, was my childhood a lie? Am I actually Belgian? So I said, do you not know French? And he goes, say it one more time. Dude is having an existential crisis. So I said, I'll slow it down for you. Quoi le jeu? And he went, oui. And I was like, holy shit. Do I know French? Je te. He goes, huh? Pourquoi do re mi? And he goes, that is not French! This is French! Je te pas, je te paie, la croix, je n'ai pas, le paie, le papa, papi. And I just said, oh, je te n'ai pas la croix, je t'ai, and then he got even mad. He went, je te pas, quoi, le je te la papa, papi. And I just said, je te peux. Voulez-vous coucher quelque quoi? Ménagez-toi, toi. Oh, talk to son. And then he pulled out a gun. What the fuck? And they went, je te parle pas. I said, hey, quoi? He goes, fuck you. And I said, fuck you. Pardon my French. And then he shot me, so. Yeah, I've never been to France. I don't think they'll let me go in if anyone ever sees that. You ever meet someone who goes to another country, they come back, and you can tell they got literally nothing out of their cultural experience? Guy comes back from Sao Paulo, Brazil, in a Hard Rock Cafe t-shirt. Like, I met one of those guys. My girlfriend and I, we went, ugh. All right. Just good foundation. All right, so my girlfriend and I, we went to Amsterdam together. First trip out of the country together. And we got to the airport. We were tired, so we're like, all right, let's go to a cafe. So we went to a cafe. We had our luggage. We saw another couple there with luggage. We start talking with them. They are going to the airport. They just had a trip there. So I started a conversation. And I said, oh, did you guys check out any museums? And this British guy goes, yeah, went to Ripley's. Now, for context, Amsterdam is home to Van Gogh and Anne Frank, one of the most important painters of all time, one of the most important historical figures of the 20th century, and he went to the museum of, whoa. And my favorite part is I go, yeah, how was it? And with literally zero irony in his voice, this British man looked me dead in the eyes and he goes, fucking unbelievable. Fucking unbelievable. Yeah, one of my good friends, a big hulking German man. His name is Christoph. He's 6'8". We work together. What's great about having friends from other countries, their English will be good, but then there'll be turns or phrases they don't understand. Yeah, so he walked into the break room one time, and I said to Christoph, I go, well. Look what the cat dragged in. And then Christoph proceeded to look around the room. And I go, there is no cat here. What is the meaning of this? And I explained to him, it's a funny American expression for look who it is. And he goes, it is not funny. Felt like a threat. But then Christoph made it all the better when a week and a half later, he was in the break room. I walked in, and ever so proudly, this 6'8" or 6'9" German looked at me and he goes, well. Look who's dragging in a dead cat. Did I do it correctly? And I didn't correct him. So then I think to another employee, he must have been like, hello, Shelby, look who's dragging in a dead cat. And she was like, what the fuck? What does that mean? Because later in the day, one afternoon, he came up to my desk and he goes, you asshole! And I said, God bless you. And he goes, why did you not tell me? That is the saying is not, look who's dragging in a dead cat. It's look who's dragging in, look what the cat dragged in. I look like a psycho. Christoph? Is he here? Is he controlling? Christoph, I do love you, man. Went to the Vatican. That's the only other time I've been abroad. Went to the Vatican. There's a rule at the Vatican. Women are not allowed in if their shoulders are showing. And I know that, I know that. They do that for decency. By the way, hilarious rule considering there's literally a dick on their ceiling. Right? Like, cover up those deltoids so I can look at this shiny cock. That's the main painting at the Sistine Chapel, the creation of Adam. Creation of Adam. First man on earth. And yet somehow his dick is circumcised. How is that? How is that possible? Raised Catholic. My girlfriend is not Catholic. She's a different religion. She is a godless heathen now. She is a religion called Unitarian Universalist. Clap if you know what that is. Yeah, we got one guy raising his hands big time up there. Yeah, I didn't know what it was. When she said she was a Unitarian Universalist, I was like, was that a horoscope? What is... And I asked her, what is Unitarian Universalism? And like, what's the main tenet? And she goes, our main tenet is probably that first and foremost, you should love and accept yourself. And I was raised Catholic. So I then had to explain to her that that shit ain't a religion. It's a good idea, it's the right idea, but it ain't a religion. And the more she talked about it, the less like a religion it sounded. Because I go, what were your Sunday services like? And she goes, they're actually pretty fun. And I was like, what? No. It's not meant to be fun. She goes, yeah, the songs were great. I go, well, what were the songs? She said, actually, you could play anything you wanted during our services. I was like, is it at a bar? What? There's an iPod dog. Hey, turn on Pawn the Replay. I want to hear. I didn't know. So I took her to her first Catholic Mass, and then we promptly broke up. No, we went. It was so fun watching her process Catholic traditions. Because if you are Catholic, you definitely know this. But if you're not Catholic and you've been to one Mass, by the way, there's a rule where during Eucharist, you go up. If you're not Catholic, you cross your arms and you get a blessing, right? And the priest puts his hand on your shoulders and he's like, all right, you're going to hell, but that's okay. It's true. That's literally, they're going to hell. Like that's, the dogma is they're still going to hell. Why are we giving them a blessing if they're going to hell? So, but that's the technique. You know the technique. You go up, you walk, boom, boom. This is how bad she was at the technique. She walked up to the priest and she did this. Dude, literally that's like defense. I swear, I expected her to just go, Wakanda forever. Yeah. Catholic Church is not fun. It is not fun. It is not fun. It's not fun, and it is not fun. The church is led by a man, a priest. By the way, he sings. Also, by the way, he's had 0 singing lessons in his entire life. And every Catholic priest sings the same way. They sing a few words very slow and elongatedly. And then they sing a bunch of words spitfire quick. Just in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. All glory and honor to our Almighty Father forever and ever. Why did you become an auctioneer for that last part? I'm bidding. $200, Holy Spirit. $300, Holy Spirit. I want to make an album called Priests Sing the Hits, and it's Catholic priests singing iconic pop songs. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't a river wide enough for me to get you, baby. Despacito. I just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100% that bitch. Oh, man. Wow. A good joke, but I don't know if that one's applause break worthy. You get weird with sex when you're raised Catholic. Yeah, the 6 people who laughed, they identify with that. Right? We had one sex talk in my high school, sophomore year. This was happened during the sex talk, and this is true. They gave all of us a card, like they gave us like a card. Okay, it looked like a credit card. It was that big. It had a fake magnetic strip and everything, except instead of saying Visa, it said V card. I swear to God. And then at the bottom right corner of it, it said expiration date, wedding night. So. I don't want to brag, but I've overdrafted on my account. So fucking lame, so lame. Sex is so bizarre. Men are so lucky in the sexual transaction. My girlfriend asked me one time, she goes, hey, is it all right if we just do a quickie? And you're like, yeah, that's like my default. Like, all sex is me a little bit trying to not make it a quickie. That's the problem men have in intercourse. We have to try not to come. Generally speaking, women have to try to come. That's crazy. For a man not to come, he's got to like close his eyes and picture something else. And then for a woman to come, she's got to close her eyes and picture something else. What do they tell you? If you're gonna finish, if you're gonna climax, picture baseball. Guess what? Did it, still finished anyway. So now instead of coming with a beautiful woman, I came thinking of Mark McGuire. Just had a woman. I'm attracted to women. I am not attracted to juiced up, red-headed roid monkeys. When I first moved to New York, I hooked up with one woman. 3 weeks after hooked up, she came out as a lesbian. And that is true. I thought that was awesome. I was really happy for her, but all my dumb guy friends responded like dumb guy friends, where they're like, dude, your dick turned her gay. That's dumb. We all know that's not how sexuality works. My dick did not turn her gay. It accelerated the process. Maybe it led to some further introspection, but it's not like a wand, boop, you're gay now. It's more of a mirror. Anyway, then they would say this. They go, you suck at sex. You suck at sex. Disagree with that too. Suck at sex? No. I'm amazing at sex. My contribution to intercourse, way better than yours. What's your dick done? Given a woman an orgasm? Well, my dick helps someone discover their true identity, so. You tell me what's, oh, you helped the girl come. That's adorable. I helped the girl come out of her shell. So, you tell me, you gave her a big O, I gave her one big aha. And I think that's worth more. My dick is a freedom fighter. That's all I'm saying about that. My dick is a freedom fighter. Genitals are bizarre. They're so weird. They age. Everyone close your eyes, picture your genitals. All right, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one doing this exercise. Turns into weird hot yoga. Open them. I don't know if anyone else did the exercise, but if you did picture your genitals, you picture what they look like today, right? You forget what they used to look like. Isn't that kind of sad? That's why, hear me out. I wish that I had taken photos of it. All right, some people aren't hearing me out. I don't need a lot. I don't need like a time lapse, right? Where it's like, this man took photos of his dick every day for 27 years. And then it's just... Notice how it got veinier. Okay, so it's mostly here and to the left. But establish a tradition. Once a year, go to a Dave & Buster's photo booth, keep it off the grid, take 3 pictures, one from the front, one from the side, and then a silly one. Just have some fun. Put a little feather bow around it. Late 20s, lived through a few presidents. I got preferences. Here's where I stand on presidents. In my lifetime, Barack Obama is my favorite president. Yeah, I don't say it for that reason. But George W. Bush is my favorite guy who happened to have been president. Those are very different things. Obama was the most professional, the most buttoned up. Bush was the most endearing. Obama was like a school librarian. Just, all right, buddy, let's read your books, study hard, and let's have a good school year. Bush was like a goofy gym teacher. He was like, all right, grab a dodgeball, the crotch counts as double. So start running, Tanner. Suck it, Shelly. The school takes his dodgeballs away. He's like, that's all right, I brought my own from home. He was so informal. That's why Bush was hilarious. The best example I know of that fact is this. Pope John Paul II is finishing a speech. You know, and then over padre, 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 io, despacito, cito. And people go crazy. It's the Pope. And then George W. Bush walks up to the Pope. He's got a hot mic. He leans in, and you can hear him go, hey, awesome speech, Your Holiness. This guy just talked to the Pope like he was some drinking buddy at a wedding. Hey, man, you kick some ass out there, dude. Have a seat, grab an orange slice. He almost gave him a good hustle butt slap, I swear to God. And my very liberal friends, they can't identify with the fact that you can sometimes disagree with a person politically and still find a way to like them. Because they'll remind me of his record, and then that'll get me mad at him again. They'll be like, how can you like that guy? Oh, he's pretty funny. Well, what about the housing crisis? And I'm like, all right, yeah. Well, what about the recession? I'm like, all right, yeah. What about the Iraq war? I'm like, fine, fuck him. But then I'll see a GIF/GIF online of George W. Bush handing Michelle Obama candy at his own father's funeral, and all I can think is, I can't stay mad at the fella, I can't. George W. Bush is like a golden retriever that tore up the house. He fucked everything up. He pissed on the rug, he tore up the pillowcases, but anytime you see his face, you're just like, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You're not mad, you shouldn't give him a noogie. Hey, I painted this for you. Bill Clinton is a poodle that won't stop humping your leg. Charismatic in the 90s. Bush was a bro-y guy, and bro-y guys, they're always funny. They always make me laugh. They have habits. My favorite place to watch a bro-y guy work is at a restaurant. You ever get a bro-y waiter? Like a young male, what's up, how we doing? Like a bro-y. You know you can spot the bro-y waiters? There's a hand gesture every young male waiter makes. This is their go-to hand gesture. Tons of this. Right? You've seen it. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Fridays. Gonna be serving you guys today. Waitresses don't do this. Waitresses do a hand gesture where it looks like they're drowning 2 little people. They'll come up to your table. Hey, so can I get you guys anything else? Well, waiters are bros. They have this other habit too. Waiters have this other habit where they always have to rev themselves up to answer your super basic questions. You'll just be like, yeah, what are your specials? And he'll be like, our specials? For sure, for sure. So today's special is, he's got to get a running start. What's your soup of the day? Or soup of the day, absolutely. So check it out. Today's Ciabatta is a lobster bisque with some fennel on top. So could I start you off with some drink orders? And then they're always super affirmative. Yeah, can I get a water? Water, definitely. One time I've had a waiter make it sound like he was doing me a favor. I literally go, hey, can I get a Diet Coke? And he goes, Diet Coke? Don't worry, Chief, I can make that happen. Was it ever in doubt? Pretty habitable. I do this to entertain myself. I like to picture that hand gesture, but he's doing it at life's most important moments. He's just with a woman. He's like, hey, what's up, Becca? Check it out. Working on Fridays. I'm gonna be proposing to you today. And she's just like, okay, what's going on? And he's like, what's going on? For sure, for sure. So today's token of my love is a ring with some fennel on top. So could I start you off by getting on one knee and asking you to marry me? And she's like, I'm not ready yet. He's like, I can come back in a few minutes if you need some more time. If you didn't love the punchline, can you at least respect the choreography of the mic stand that went into it? Yeah, my brother and I, we do a lot of these stand-up shows on the road. We did a show in Boston a month and a half ago, and we were coming home from the show. It is 11:30 at night. We're at a stoplight. In front of us is a police officer. Stoplight turns green. Cop doesn't go. Not a lot, but I just gave him just a toot. I tooted at the cop, and then he turned on his lights and siren. And I was like, no freaking way. And then my next thought was, well, you can't pull me over if I don't drive in front of you. So I'll change it. Oh yeah, I'll change the lane too. He then pulled to the side of the road, waved me forward to be like, yeah, go into your own doom, champ. And I was tempted to just do a Yui, and then if he bothered me about it, I'd be like, I don't know, I thought you meant scram. So I went in front of him, he got behind me, he then pulls me over, and he storms up to my car, and he goes, what the fuck are you doing? And I said, I'm sorry, officer. He goes, what the fuck are you doing? I said, I was alerting you about the light. He goes, I'm doing important police officer business over here. He said important police officer business. In that moment, I was like, well, let me see your badge. That sounds made up. Let me touch that mustache. That's got to be... I go, I'm sorry, I was just letting you know. He goes, no, license or registration. Let's go. And I was like, okay. And I go, anytime you have a cop ask for your license or registration, I get nervous. I just start handing the cop stuff and being like, is that it? Is it that? Is this what you're looking for? Finally, I get him my license and registration, and he goes, all right. What are you doing in Boston? We said, well, we're comedians. He goes, comedians, huh? You don't seem that funny. I was like, I mean, you didn't really give me a chance. Close your eyes, picture your genitals. And and then he goes, wait right here. Like, I'm gonna dart. I thought 5 minutes would pass, and then he would come back, and I'd be on my merry way. 25 minutes pass, and I'm like, is he watching a show? What is... And then at minute 27, he walks back to my car, and I got it recording, and I'm ready to be mad. And then he goes, gentlemen, I just want to apologize for my conduct earlier. I was stressed out, busy, tired, doing important police officer business. And now that he's apologized, I'm like, this man was doing important police officer business. So I just want to let you know, drive safe, have a nice night. I said, thank you, officer, you as well. So we drove, he drove. 35 minutes later, we stop at a rest stop to gas up. I walk into the convenience store, and who do I see in the convenience store? Yeah, if you can't guess correctly, God help you. If you're just sitting there like, oh, who was it? Who was it? Was it Bon Jovi? Who did you see? It could be anybody. It was obviously the cop. And we had a laugh. He goes, hey, there he is. He who honks. He gave me like a Harry Potter nickname. The one who honked. Ah. And we had a laugh. We had a nice moment. And then he bought his coffee, and he walked outside. And before the door closed behind him, he said literally this exact sentence, word for word. And by the way, before I tell you the sentence, I want to say this. Sometimes when you're in the momentum of a positive interaction, and someone says something that you have no idea what the hell they're talking about, you will still laugh and agree with them just to keep the good times going. That is what happened here. This cop bought his coffee, turned, looked at me and goes, and by the way, there's nothing wrong with jerking off to Tom Brady. Right, I didn't, but you have to understand, at the time, I said, you know, that's right. Door closed, and I was like, what the fuck is that a saying in Boston? Do people say shit like that? Hey, don't finger blast yourself to Bill Belichick, all right. Tell the wife and kids I said, hey. I racked my brain the entire ride home. What does it mean? Why did he say that? What does it mean? Why did he say it? And I got to my doorstep 4 hours later, and I go, oh, that is a reference to a punchline of a joke I used to do, of a stand-up clip that is online, which can only mean one thing. Alone in his cop car, this police officer watched my stand-up comedy. Isn't that crazy? Right? He typed in my license and registration. Nothing came up. I told him I was a comedian, so to himself, he goes, all right, let's see what this cocksucker's got. And went to the police database, youtube.com, watched 20 minutes of my stand-up. A similar amount to what you've watched tonight. I checked the video that night, 1 additional thumbs up, so it's good police work. He's a good cop. It's one of the good ones. We can trust him. I was talking to my friend Andrew, who's a cop in Kansas City, Missouri, and I go, do you guys do stuff like that? And he goes, I mean, yeah, usually Netflix, but. Yeah. And I go, really? He goes, yeah. And I go, could he have given me a ticket? And he goes, where was your cell phone? I said, it was on the dashboard. I wasn't touching it. And he goes, doesn't matter. He probably, if he really wanted to, could have gotten you for improper use of cell phone. I go, how much is that ticket? He goes, it's $150. To this day, not getting a $150 ticket is the most money I've made from stand-up comedy, so. Except for tonight, what up? All right, so, with that, I would like to formally retire from the art of stand-up comedy. It's true. I don't, you know. The truth is, I enjoy it, but let me just make this look weirder. Can we fix that in post? Can I not have 11 inches of... No, the truth is, I don't feel like it was what I was meant to do. It's not what I feel I'm best at. And what I feel I am best at is singing. No, it's not a joke. I'm being sincere. Ever since I was a kid, I was always drawn to singing. And I do stand up as a way to mask what I think was, and it became my identity. Because it was just easier to masquerade as a goofy guy than it was to actually pursue something in which you have to be very vulnerable. And I couldn't handle, I'm serious, I couldn't handle that. So I told myself, I go, I have to pursue what I think was my actually true natural talent, even if it makes me look silly, and even if people don't believe me and people are still laughing, and that's fine, it's a show, but also, you know. Woo! Right. 1 for 120. So, and I told you, some of you know I'm releasing my album today. And I have to tell you that the album I am releasing is not a stand-up comedy album. Well, this is Colin and Jordan, or, oh, it's Dylan Pellet. We got the 2 most jacked guys in the building. Yeah, all right. So, It's the broiest moving company I've ever seen. Two Bros Moving Company. So it's not a stand-up comedy album. And you will see right now what the album is. Colin, you got the, you wanna, yeah, just roll it.
I still feel alone, let me go home.
Imagine owning all of the world's greatest Michael Bublé songs
Pack up, let's fly away.
on one hit record.
It's a new dawn, it's a new
All that crooning,
life, it's a
all that swooning,
It's beginning to look a lot
all that
Christmas
magic.
everywhere.
The Raybould brothers present the ultimate Michael Bublé collection. Bret on Bublé. All of your favorite Michael Bublé songs, sung by longtime fan and first-time singer Bret Raybould.
I just haven't met you yet.
10 beautiful Bublé songs.
Another winter day has come and gone away, and even Paris and Rome, and I wanna go home.
Reimagined with a voice untainted by formal training.
Santa baby, shut down the chimney tonight.
Experience the career-spanning journey of the world's preeminent cover artist, as sung by the world's next preeminent cover artist.
Really can't say.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I gotta go away.
Baby, it's cold outside.
All of Michael Bublé's greatest hits on one CD. And for a limited time, Bret on Bublé is available in vinyls.
My mother will.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
But wait, that's not all you'll get. Each CD comes complete with 6 different banter tracks, all spoken in the key of Bublé.
People ask me where I get my songs. Mostly George Michael albums. Why do you ask? Quando, quando, quando.
But wait, use your credit card and we'll add another $2 in service fees.
I just want you for my own.
This holiday season, give your loved ones the gift that keeps on crooning. Bret on Bublé.
To order, visit bretonbuble.com. Prices do not include shipping and handling. Bret on Bublé is not sold in stores.
Sorry about that. Thought I'd slip into something a little more comfortable. I'm like Gaga. I got costume changes, all right? So, I would like to introduce one of my good friends in music, Jeff Mattoon. Jeff, have a seat. Yeah, please. Hit it, Colin. Let's give these people a show. Turn it up. Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru. In Lamberland, there's a one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you. Come fly with me, let's fly in the blue. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we'll just glide starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may hear the angels cheer because we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. birds, and we'll beat those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me, let's fly, let's fly, let's fly away.
Come on.
Take them away, Jeff. First class.
Yes, please. Flying coach with all the dogs. Shoot you right through this.
Feel it, right? Sing along if you know the words. Get you up there where the air is rarefied. I don't know it. Fucked up, fucked up. Starry-eyed. Oh for 2.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
All right, don't know what that was. The angels cheer because we're together. Ha ha! Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. You just say the words, and we'll beat those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me, let's fly, let's fly. Back up, let's fly away. Yeah. I included the audio track just in case you fucked up. But I encored it. Thank you so much for the encore. As you can see, I'm one of the best singers this place has ever seen. We got one more special treat for you. You ready? Joining me on stage is the very lovely, the incredibly talented, the one, the only, Pepper Solana, ladies and gentlemen. You can do better than that. That was weak ass. Pepper and I have been singing now together for about 3 days, and in that time we've come close. We've learned each other's tunes, each other's voices, and as you can see, she's a step behind, but she's learning, so hit it. Baby, it's cold outside.
I gotta go away.
Baby, it's cold outside. Is that on? Stop the music. Stop the music. Stop the music. Is my partner's microphone on? No, she is a damn okay singer. She's working on it. She's working on it. Can we get her a working mic? Is this on? No, it's not on loud enough. I want my partner to have a good goddamn mic. I threw an amazing show, and I deserve my partner to have a good microphone. Get her a microphone right now. I am a star. I am a supernova. Get this woman a mic so we can put on a show. These people love jazz, don't you? Don't you love jazz? Woo! I want to tell you one thing, all right? My jazz may be standard, but my voice is anything but. Is the mic turned on and louder for her?
Check, check.
Can it get louder?
Hey, 8, 1, 2.
We're good? From the top.
I really
Baby, it's cold outside.
I gotta go away.
Baby, it's cold outside.
This evening has
Been hoping that you'd
so
drop in.
very nice.
I'll hold your hands. Ooh, they like ice.
My mother will start to worry.
Beautiful, what's your
My father
hurry?
will be pacing the floor.
Listen to that fireplace
So
roar.
really I'd better scurry.
Beautiful, what's your hurry?
Well, maybe just half a drink
Or
more.
put some records on while I pull.
Neighbors I think.
Baby, it's bad out there.
So what's in the string?
No cabs to be had out there.
I wish I knew how
Your eyes are like
to
starlight.
break the spell.
Oh, take your hat. Your hair looks swell. Mind if I move in closer? She's new.
I really can't say.
Baby, don't hold out.
Baby, it's cold outside.
You're a little flat. We'll work on it. By the way, 2019 and this song still slaps. Fuck everybody. Fuck everybody.
I simply must go.
Baby, it's cold outside.
The answer is
But
no.
baby, it's cold outside.
The welcome has been
How lucky that
so
you dropped
nice
in.
and warm.
Look out the window at that storm.
My sister will be suspicious.
Yes, your lips look delicious.
My brother will be there at the door.
Waves upon a tropical
My maiden
shore.
aunt find this
Yes,
vicious.
your lips, they look delicious.
Well, maybe has half a drink more.
Never such a blizzard before.
Got to get home.
Baby, you'll freeze out there.
Lend me the
It's
coat.
up to your knees out there.
You really been grand.
I thrill
But
when I touch
don't
your
you see?
hand. How can you do this thing to me?
Going to be talk tomorrow.
Think of my lifelong
At least
sorrow.
there'll be plenty implied.
If you got pneumonia and died,
really can say,
baby, don't hold out.
baby, it's cold outside.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Platoon Platoon. Stand your asses up. I deserve an ovation, and so does she, Pepper Solana. BretRaybould.com. We're taking that album #1, baby. Have a nice night. God bless me.
Hope is a bone that I chew when I'm alone and I'm thinking of you. Trust is a crown, fell off my head. Faith is a trick of the light for the easily led. Fate is a line that I cast to the sea, fishing for hearts among the broken dreams. Your love is a noose that you place round my neck. Your love is a lie